Hello everybody, my name is LP Pigman 999 and welcome to the long-awaited return of Otaku Doc. Yes, I know I haven't done a video of this in a long time. I have made quite a few pickup videos recently, and I did discuss some mangas in one of those videos, but this isn't about pickups. This is more, some of these are pickups, but most of this is just about me talking about manga, so I'm just going to talk about it. That's really the point of this series. Well, not just manga, anime too. And in fact, I will talk about anime in this video as well. First, I'll talk about the manga. First of all, I finally finished the first volume of Attack on Titan last night. Or was it late yesterday? It was like late yesterday. It wasn't quite night. I had a piercing headache. I can't explain to you how bad my headache was last night. Otherwise, I would have read more. But at the time I read this, I didn't have the piercing headache, so yeah. Otherwise, I would have read a few more volumes because I have the first 10, as I talked about in that manga pickups video. Of course, here's volume 1 of Attack on Titan again, in case you didn't see that video. Nice cover. Quite a shocking ending to the volume. I know there's at least 12, 13, 16, I don't know. There's plenty of other volumes. I have the first 10. I have a decent chunk of the series already. I haven't seen the anime of Attack on Titan yet. But I do plan to watch it sometime soon. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, so I plan to watch that as well. Another anime I haven't watched in a while is SAO, Sword Art Online. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I did enjoy it for what I've watched of it so far. I think I'm I'm not that far into the series, 12, 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there. It was like the fight. I'm not going to try to describe it because I don't remember it that well, but I remember where I'm at. Yeah, it would make sense if I described it to you if you haven't seen the series. So, and I know not a lot of people are going to watch these Otaku Talk videos. I know some people watch the gaming one because that wasn't really, it wasn't all about, taco culture and stuff like that. But this is. So, yeah. Yeah, so I read Attack on Titan finally. Uh, I picked this up a long time ago. I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna read it today. I read a little bit of it, but I didn't get too far. It's Tokyo Ghoul. I've watched a little bit of the anime and I've read a little bit of the manga. I'm not too far into this series, but I will finally read manga, the first volume of the manga today. And this wasn't my idea. I picked up a manga and my brother picked up two mangas. He got Tokyo Ghoul Volume 2 because he reads Tokyo Ghoul too. We both like that series. So, yeah, I enjoy it. Once I finish Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1, I'll read this. And he also got 3-volume omnibus of the first 3 volumes of One Piece. I have never read or watched One Piece, so I have no idea what to tell you about it. I've heard good things about it. It's just kind of like one of those really popular series that I've heard good things about. I've heard good things about Bleach, too. I've heard good things about Naruto. I have read a bit of Naruto. I've read the first 3 volumes of the manga of Naruto. And I am up to episode 20 of the original series of Naruto, the anime. I'm quite behind. I'm quite behind. My brothers are ahead of me at this point. They're on the pain fight and stuff like that. I'm not even anywhere near that. That's in the second series, right? That's Shippuden. I'm not even anywhere near that. But yes, I will read One Piece soon. That's the plan, anyways. And the one I picked up was it's a game series I'm a big fan of. They did release a manga of it prior to this. In fact, the manga is pretty old. It was made in 2008, 2009. But it didn't get localized till this year. It was a new release. I saw the new releases. There were plenty of mangas I wanted to get. There were new Toradora ones. I'm reading Toradora. I'm almost done volume 1 of that. That's a good manga too if you want to read that. Toradora is really good. So is the anime. What other ones did I want to get? Oh, I wanted to get Holic. I'm on volume 2 of Holic. I read my library, my school library had a bunch of the volumes of Holic, and I wanted to read more of that. But unfortunately, yeah, I just didn't have enough time to read all of it at my school. Obviously, buy from a store, you keep these, obviously, but in the library, you have to return them. And I'm not good with time limits and stuff. I forget about stuff for a while. Manga, I never, read through, and I have a bunch of mangas to read. I have a ton. I just recently finished the 4th volume of, I talked about it in the video, I talked about that in the first impressions. Honestly, that should have been an Otaku Talk episode, but I made it a first impressions because it was kind of a first impressions, but it should have been an Otaku Talk video, but it wasn't, so whatever. But anyways, this is a game series. It's a horror manga. It's a horror series I'm a big fan of. It's Corpse Party, Blood Covered. Volume 1. I haven't read it yet. I've been saving it. I was reading, as I was saying, I was reading Attack on Titan last night, so I didn't have time to read this. And again, the headache kind of got me. Otherwise, I would have read it more. It has some cool art in the first few pages, such as this. It's kind of hard to show you it because just the angle, and I'm not able to show too much. But yeah, you can kind of see. You can kind of see what's going on. Yeah, it's a big. It's practically the same size as an omnibus. Comparing the One Piece omnibus to the Corpse Party, Corpse Party has a bit bigger length. But it's practically the same size, which is kind of weird, Volumes usually are around this size, So, quite a lot of reading material I have. Yeah, I have to read through a bunch of this stuff. Anyways, yeah, I was talking about Naruto earlier, so I think I'll get to that. And I'll just type out various animes I've been watching lately. Naruto, I just finished the Land of the Waves arc. That's like episode 7 to... maybe even before that to like episode 19. It's the last episode of that arc. It's a big arc. The fight lasts like 7-8 episodes. It's a good fight, everything, but it takes a while, to get through everything. But it's a good arc. It's one of the first arcs, you of course have the introductory episodes of the first like 2, 3, 4 episodes. And yeah. That's Naruto's pretty good, from what I've watched. Not like my favorite anime of all time or anything, but I do really like Naruto. And I've read the first 3 volumes of the manga, so I'm pretty much at the same point I am in the manga, whereas I'm in the anime. Actually, I think anime I'm up to, like, where I'm at in the anime is volume 4 in the manga, and I've read up to volume 3. So I'm almost to that point in the manga, but I don't have any of the other omnibuses. They didn't have volumes 4, 5, and 6 at the store. The bookstore I was looking at. Otherwise, I probably would have gotten that, but it wasn't there, unfortunately. Oh well. Besides, I have a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, the One Piece and the Tokyo Ghoul Volume 2 are my brothers, but we kind of share mangas. So, yeah. I tend to keep them, in one place, so we don't lose them, but yeah, they're technically, but we pretty much share reading material, the mangas and stuff. We pretty much read mangas. We don't read much anything else. I'll read a light novel, which is kind of like a normal book. It's mainly just it's like a novel, but in volumes. Yeah, an occasional illustration, but mainly just a novel. There is one horror novel, Ring, the Ring, obviously, which is Ringu. The original novel, which was based off of. I really want to read that. Haven't gotten it yet. You can't find it in a bookstore or anything. There was also like a very famous Japanese horror writer, Junji Ito. I watched one of his it was Tomi, which was based off one of his horror books, and they're mangas. He basically writes horror mangas. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Naruto. Yeah, basically I'm episode 19. I'm basically about to start the Chunin exams segment arc thing. That's pretty much where I'm at in that series. Other series I'm watching. I just finished watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is it was made in the mid '90s. It's like a sci-fi kind of actually it is kind of psychological type anime. It really messes with your head when you watch it, especially the ending. The ending is psychological as hell. It messes with you, man. It's one weird ending. But I also got the remake films, which are basically a series of films. There's 4. I have the 3. The 4th one isn't even out yet. Basically, just like retelling it. It obviously is much better visually. It's more recent, so obviously it just looks like more. modern anime look to it. Animation from the 90s, has a certain style to it, just as animation from the 80s has a certain style to it. And I like those styles. I mean, I like modern anime style too, but I like the older styles as well. So yeah, that's Neon Genesis Evangelion. I actually have, I own it physically, but I don't have it with me right now, otherwise I'd show it. What else have I been watching? Oh yeah, I've been watching this OVA series. It's another horror type series. It's called Vampire Princess Mew. It's an OVA from the 80s, late 80s. It's pretty old. It's pretty old. There was also anime of it made in the 90s, which I want to watch soon. I watched the first 2 OVAs. There's 4. And if you don't know what an OVA is pretty much, it's an acronym for Original Video Animation, or yeah, I think, or sometimes they call it OAV, Original Animation Video. Either way, it's kind of like an anime but shorter, and episodes tend to be a bit longer. They tend to be kind of like their own individual stories. Another OVA I've been watching is I'm a big fan of the drama/romance type anime, Rumbling Hearts, or Kimi ga Nozomi Yen. The Eternity You Desire, I believe, is what it translates to. And I've been watching the OVA. I've watched 3 of the 4 episodes. I'm on the final episode of that OVA. That'll be fun to see the conclusion to that series. I'm a big fan of that series. I watched the anime really, really short. It took me a while to watch the OVA because I kept forgetting about it. I watched episode 1, then I forgot about that. I watched episode 2, then I forgot about that. Rewatched episode 2, and then I forgot about it again. Then I watched episode 3, and that wasn't too long ago, actually. It took me about a year to watch this whole thing. Just because I kept forgetting about it. And another anime, it's kind of like it's a weird anime. I'm a big, I guess, I'm a big fan of the old school Transformer cartoon G1, Transformers Generation 1. And there was kind of like a Transformers anime I was watching called like Car Robots or something. It's kind of weird. It's really weird, but it's kind of cool to watch as a Transformers fan. Seeing a Transformers anime. It's weird. It's kind of cool. Some weird CGI portions that are kind of weird. It's weird. It's kind of kiddie, but it's decent. It's kind of fun to watch every once in a while. Not the best anime ever or anything, but decent to watch. Decent. I'm trying to think of other animes I've been watching. Those are the main animes I've been watching. Another anime I want to get back into watching is Jigoku Shoujo, or Hellgirl. I want to get back to watching that one. I haven't watched that one in a while. It's really good too. I highly recommend that one. I recommend all these animes and mangas I've been talking about. So, if you have any recommendations, or if you have watched any of these or read any of these, mangas, animes, watched any animes, read any mangas that I've talked about, or have recommendations, leave your comments down below. I'd appreciate that. Like if you enjoyed, share on social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, or what the hell have you. As always, my name is LPBigman999, and I will see you all in the next video, whatever it may be. It'll probably be another Let's Play. It'll probably be Bible Black too. I know I've been saying that for a while, but it will probably, well, not the next video I upload. The next video I upload will probably be another Storytime with Pigman, but I will get to those eventually. I will get back to, jeez, damn frog. Choked my own spit, something there. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, the next videos will be coming soon, so yeah. I'm out.